I'm going to talk about some very, very key words that are simple, but you need to know in this industry, whether you're trying to wholesale, fix and flip, build a rental portfolio, be a contractor. Like, these are very, very simple words that you need to know, right? So first and foremost, most of you are probably here because you want to find deals direct to seller off market at a discount. That's where wholesaling comes in. Wholesaling, easiest way to explain wholesaling outside of real estate is that wholesaling, think of a clothing manufacturer that makes the clothing in, say it's in China, and you have a boutique shop in downtown Dallas that sells these clothes. The person in the middle of that is the wholesaler, the person that finds those cute clothes out in China that are great, perfect for someone to wear, finds those clothes and sells them wholesale to the person who's going to sell them retail to the end buyer. Same thing in real estate. So we are the person, if you're wholesaling, that's going direct to the seller, finding that property at a good deal, a discount, and taking that property, and you're finding an end buyer for it who will then take it and sell it retail. You're finding, or you might be finding an end buyer. They're going to find the end buyer, but they're going to take it, fix it up, and they're going to list it on market, right? So they're going to find the end buyer, but they're going to do the work to sell the property, fix it up, clean it up, whatever they need to do, or they're going to rent it out afterwards. Wholesale is a person going direct to the seller and taking that deal to someone who's going to do something with it, sell it, keep it, flip it, whatever it might be. So that is wholesale. Next, you have your assignment fee. So aside from wholesale, what is your assignment fee? A lot of people are like, how do you calculate the assignment fee? How do you know what assignment fee you're going to make? Very, very simple. The assignment fee is the difference in price that you negotiate on the product, the house, and what you sell it for. That is your fee you're making on the property. So hypothetically, let's say you get a property under contract for $250,000 and you find someone that will buy that property from you for $300,000. There is a $50,000 assignment fee on there. That is what your assignment fee is, and that's how you find your assignment, or that's how you make your assignment fee. It's a difference in price from what you contract it to what you can sell it to a buyer for. Next is a flip. Like, most people know what a flip is, right? They're like, oh, you're a fix and flipper. They've seen Chip and Joanna Gaines or whomever on TV, which is all false, by the way. Flipping is not that sunshine and rainbows, but we have simplified the process to where it's not that bad. I actually enjoy flipping. But what is a fix and flip? It's exact words I just told you. You're fixing it up and flipping it. You're selling it to an end buyer. So you're taking that property that's distressed, you're putting a new roof on it, fixing the foundation, painting, floors, kitchen, bathrooms, whatever, and you're taking it and you're finding an end buyer for that property, or you're listing it on market and selling it for a profit. Typically on a flip, most people want to make at least like a 15% profit on there. Some guys want to make 20, 25%. They usually don't get very many deals or many flips because those aren't out there as often, but that's what a fix and flip is. Then what's a wholetail? A wholetail, and I love doing wholetails. That's where we get the property retail, or excuse me, we get it from the seller and we sell it retail on market. We have our agent list that property on market for us. So we go direct to the seller, we get the property for $250,000, and we can list that property instead of wholesaling, which would be, I'll give you the example, $300,000. So instead of wholesaling, making the $50,000 fee, we know that if we list that property on market as is, we could list it at, say, $340,000. $340,000 now minus closing costs, realtor fees, and everything else, we might net like $325,000. We made another $25,000 on top of what our assignment fee would have been. So that's a wholetail. You're buying it, doing no work to it at all, but you're just taking it and you're listing it on market. Typically, those properties don't need any work. Sometimes they might, but you might just be listing it anyways, and you're letting more of a retail, a live-in fix and flipper, someone who's buying it for themselves that is going to do the work as they live in it, but they're willing to pay more because they don't know how to find wholesale deals off market. So that is a wholetail. You're essentially finding the property and listing it on market to get a higher dollar amount for it. Next is your buy and hold. Everyone knows what a buy and hold is. It's a rental property, right? And everyone wants rentals because of cash flow, cash flow, cash flow. Truth be told, cash flow is not super heavy in a single family home. You're more banking on the appreciation and the depreciation of the property. And the tax advantages you have with that. So a buy and hold, a rental, is a rental property. It could be a house, duplex, triplex, fourplex, or a 5,000 unit apartment complex. It could also be a commercial property. We have several commercial properties that I love. And then there's the BRRRR model behind a rental. What is the BRRRR model? Very TikTok famous slogan is the BRRRR model. What does BRRRR mean? It's buy, rehab, rent it out, refinance it, and repeat. Because if you do that model correctly, you have $0 left in the deal. You might even have like $5,000, $10,000. I think the best one we've ever done, we cashed out like 15, 20K. Actually, I take that back. The best one we ever did actually closes next week. It's a commercial property that we BRRRR'd, and we are actually cashing out tax-free. Let me get my calculator for you because this was a sweet one. We are $225,000 into the property, and they're giving us a loan for $400,000. I should have been able to do that math in my head. We're doing a cash out refi of $125,000 on that property, tax-free. That doesn't include like the money just coming back to us that we spent cash without a lender on it. We're getting $125,000 on that BRRRR. That's an awesome BRRRR. That's a commercial property, but it's doable. So that's your BRRRR. You're taking it, you're buying it, you're rehabbing it, you're renting it out, you're refinancing it so you get all your money back and then some, like the model just showed you, and then you're repeating it. You're doing it again. So you have all your money back plus some, you do another property, and then again and again and again. And eventually, if you keep compounding your money and not spending it on stupid stuff, you're able to use those funds and do another deal and more deals at one time. So when I started out with Terra, we were doing like one at a time. Now we have like anywhere from 3 to 8 projects going at a time. You know, I know there's a lot of people that have like 50 flips going at a time. They can be them, but you can manage it yourself by having 3 to 8 going at a time. So that is the BRRRR model. Next is some other keywords that you hear is your ARV or your ARV. I typically call it ARV. I hate when people call it ARV, but that's how it's said in the industry. What is your ARV? That is your after repair value. Exactly what it says. Your after repair value. So after you've made those repairs, what will be the value of it? And pretty simple. So if you were to take that model we did earlier of a home that you sold to a buyer for $300,000, and if they were to do whatever 25K in repairs, it would be worth $400,000. You know, your ARV would be the 400K number. After all the work's done, and you see this comp on a property down the road that has, you know, new paint, new garage doors, new roof on it, new bathrooms and kitchen, and it sold for $400,000. It's the same floor plan, the same layout and everything. That's your ARV. That's your comparable property, and you know what your property would sell for. Next is your MAO. We go over this in the calculator as well, in this free training that you guys have down below. I think it's probably after this video, but you guys will get some training on how to use the calculator. And one of them on there is, what is your MAO? That is your max allowable offer you can make to a seller. That is another key term you need. So the big 3 key terms for like calculating a property is your assignment fee, your ARV, and your max allowable offer. Also, you need to know your rehab numbers, but if you don't know what a rehab number is, it's pretty simple. That's the work that the property needs, that dollar amount. So those are the key words that we use in our industry all the time. There's a lot of other terms to be used. I actually have in another training course I have, we go into much more detail. There's probably about 100 different definitions in there that go over what each definition is, what it means, so you understand those a little bit better. Now you're not having to go out there and read a 500-page book on learning escrow and memorandums of contract and probate and affidavits of heirship. Like, what does all that mean? I take it, break down, put it in a really, really simple definition sheet, and I talk about each of them, but they're good things to know. So lots of stuff to learn out there. Most of it you'll learn as you go. Been in the industry about 3.5 years myself, and I'm still learning new stuff every single day, but I would say that there's not a whole lot of stuff that surprises me anymore. So I hope this was helpful. Knowing all those definitions, those key definitions, is a great start, and it will help you get on your feet to be able to get through a deal and get through your first deal.